What is up, guys? It's Gabe here. Welcome back to another video. This is my very first video of 2020. Wishing you guys all a happy new year. Hope you guys had a great holiday with your friends and family. This is going to be my first video of 2020, but before we get on to 2020, I wanted to show off what I got here. This was supposed to be something that I made for 2019. For those who don't know, for the past 3 years, I've made cases for my phone. This was the first one. Obviously it's blank. The reason why is because the very first one I made, it was chipped away. I have a second case. This right here was a tribute to 2018. All little things I did. These were like my favorite moments in 2018. That's what is in this package today. We have the tribute to 2019, and I'm gonna unbox it. Alright, so let's see here, anything else? So here we go. So we got this box. I'm gonna switch the camera here. So let me take these off real quick. And look at that. My brand new case. So now that you guys can see how cool my case looks, let's go through some of the photos and explain why some of these photos are on this case in particular. Behind the camera, like, I was actually gonna keep this one a secret, but I'm just gonna go and say it. Behind the lens here, that is my Oakland versus everybody thumbnail. I knew that this picture, whatever picture I put behind it, was gonna get blocked because of the camera lens, but you know, I know it meant something to me, and I just had to have it in there. It was a pretty good video that I made. A lot of people were hyped off of that, and I mean, unfortunately we didn't go far enough. There would probably have been more hype videos along with that, but that video means a lot, and so I had to go behind the camera. This one right here, this is a picture of me and my friend Ryan along. Behind this photo, my friend Brian, who's friends with 209 Tacos on Twitter, hit those guys up, Sandlot 408 and 209 Tacos. But they came together, they made a design, and you know, they made a design, and it shows Tyler Skaggs walking into the Field of Dreams, and they put 45 Skaggs. Pretty much what we did was we signed the back of that banner, and then afterwards Brian sent it down to an Angels fan down in Anaheim, and I guess he displayed it in front of the Angel Stadium where they had the little memorial. And it sucks pretty bad that he passed away. I was actually there on that weekend seeing him play the final time, so knowing that it had to be on my case, it meant a lot. Moving to the top right here, we got a picture of me in front of the Millennium Falcon. This is my very first time walking into Star Wars Land, the brand new Star Wars Land at Disneyland, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just, you know, I gotta have some Disney on there, you know. In the bottom of the case here, we have, or the bottom of the lens, we have a A's hat. If you can't see the rest of that, that's fireworks. This was a picture from my Instagram. I just thought it looked cool, so I just decided to throw it in there. Obviously, you know I had to have this one. Is the Mike Fiers no-hitter. It gets cut off, but just from looking at it, you already know what it is. I know what it is, and if you guys don't know, I was there when Mike Fiers threw his second career no-hitter against the Cincinnati Reds, and it was amazing. That was my first no-hitter I've ever witnessed in my life. For those who ask, were you there for Shamanaya? No, I wasn't. Next, you can see right here, I got a picture with me holding Chad Pinder's bat, and that's because that's the very first bat I've ever received ever. Chad Pinder gave me that bat. Wish that little encounter came a little bit different, but you know, I mean, I guess in good terms, the good news is that I got it. I just wish it happened on better terms. And then on the and then in the next row, we got me and Mr. JB Wendelken. Well, I bet you're wondering why Mr. JB Wendelken. Well, towards the end of the year, I've started to play. I played some games with Mr. JB Wendelken, and he's a pretty cool guy. And there's a surprise coming in. It involves him, so I can't say it. So the next photo we have here is my jersey number, me walking into the stadium. This one signifies the postseason. My friend Danny, shout out to Danny, took a video and of me walking through, and I just took a screenshot and it looked like that, and I mean, you can't get any better than that. Next one we got here, we got me and Mr. Nicolas Cage. Towards the end of the season, I went on my little vacation, and while I was walking around, I saw Mr. Nicolas Cage walking by. He walked past me, and I saw him. He was going towards Star Wars Land. So after he went on the ride, he was waiting for his fam, and I just, you know, saw him standing there because I was waiting for him to get off the ride, hoping for a picture, and he, you know, gladly stopped and took a picture with me. Side note, my mother's also in this photo, but I cut her out. Sorry, Mom. Love you, Mom. Now we're going on to the next row. We got me, Justin, and Mr. Jose Altuve. I bet you're wondering why the other guy is blurred. No, I do not know who that man is. I guess he was talking to him in his language, and he asked for a picture, and when he took the photo, you can see Justin and I in the background, and we basically photobombed the photo, and then we asked him to send us the photo because we noticed that that we were in it, and so when we got it, we just blurred him out. So technically, in a way, we met Jose Altuve. Next one, this one low-key means a lot to me just because these are all my good friends here, and I basically was trying to change their views on baseball. Some had already good views on it, some of them had mixed, some of them don't even have any views on it at all, but I got them all to show up to a baseball game, and from the looks of it, they all had fun. And like I said, I can't say much about it, but just know that it was impossible that all 13 of us made it on that day, because it was impossible that all 13 of us were going to show up at the same time. Next photo we have Mr. Reggie Jackson on the side. Reggie Jackson, she just speaks for herself. When I went down to the field with Mr. Joe Nathan's Nation, shout out to Mr. Joe Nathan, and thank you, Joe Nathan. I was able to meet Mr. Reggie Jackson, and he saved me from getting shut out, because I missed out on Aaron Judge, and I missed out on a whole bunch of other people. And right before we got kicked off the field, I got Reggie Jackson came by and started signing and taking pictures for everybody. He signed a baseball for me, and I got a picture with him. That's pretty much it, man. Got a picture of me and Coco Fingers without his mask holding 2 chairs out of the Staples Center. So for Monday Night Raw, we noticed that people on the floor got specialized seats. And so the next night when we went, we noticed for SmackDown that nobody was really there and people left. And so what I did was I told my dad, I was like, hey, let's try to get like 2 tickets down there. And then Coco was like, hey, let me get down on this idea. So I bought 3 tickets. He paid me back later on. We went down and we got some seats because people left. And so we bought tickets, we moved down, and we got to take the seats. Not their seats, but the ones that we bought. Moving on to the next photo, we have here another group of friends here. Demetrius, Armando, Aladdin, and Aladdin's girlfriend. And yeah, 2 A's fans and 1 person who had a little slight difference on some baseball, but you know, took him to a game, showed him everything that the A's and A's Access members have to offer, and he pretty much enjoyed it. And I'm glad he did. And he also was in the group photo up here with all my other friends here. Hopefully they would want to do it again. Now we're going to the next photo. We have a picture of me and my good friend Yasmin. She's on here because I've known her for a while, and she's a Giants fan. So no booing. She's always wanted to go to an A's game with me, preferably the A's versus Giants, and you know, she's somewhat busy sometimes. I asked her one time, I was like, hey, you want to go? And she said she was not busy, and so I was like, you know what, let's go to this game. And she had a good time, and I also got to go, we also got to sneak in to a little suite area where they had a mariachi band, which technically I never really snuck into, because later on I found out that my mom was friends with the person who threw the party in the first place. We have here a picture of me in front of Angel Stadium. I don't really have a lot of photos of me in front of Angel Stadium, so and this was also the one stadium that I was able to go to this year. I didn't really go to many new stadiums last year, but hopefully in 2020 we can change that. In the very middle, I selected this photo. It's a picture of me in front of the 4 World Series trophies with Pinhead Brian. This was the year that I met Pinhead Brian for the first time, and you know, he's pretty good. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a little weird when it comes to Ramon Laureano sometimes. He helped me get to go to see the A's headquarters for the first time, and you know, because of him, there's a video on that, and I got to record and show my experience for those who can't go to the headquarters or have never even seen it before. They can look at it from right there. Last one is self-explanatory, really. It's the wild card game. That was my very first wild card game, my second postseason game that I've ever been to in total, because like I said, I've been to game 2 against the Tigers when Steven Vogt hit the walk-off. But even though that the A's were eliminated, it was a really good day. I know the video says otherwise, but you know, it is what it is. The last thing I can do here is put this baby on. Wow. But yeah, that's my phone case, guys. This is my tribute to 2019, and now that we have my tribute to 2019 here, we can now focus our heads on 2020. FanFest is on the 25th. Keep an eye out for that one, obviously. But 2020 is a big year, guys. Stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new, guys. Don't forget, guys, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I got bodies buried deep. Open me up. What do you see? So many questions, answers in need. I wanna know what you believe. I got a feeling we're alright.